Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Get Loud with Leadership. We are here another episode, a very important episode on back to school and getting back into the groove. And today, joining me, I have two special guests. We have CJ, who is now in the sixth grade, and we have Marley, who is in her sophomore year. So, you guys, we started school, or at least I started school. Did y'all also start school on last Thursday?
Yes.
I started on Friday.
Oh, you started on Friday. Okay,
Mhm.
so how was your first day, first 2 days? How did getting back into school feel like?
Well, getting back in school felt like it felt kind of good to get the layout of the school to make sure like I know which classes to go to, and so like I don't get lost walking to my classes, and it was kind of okay.
It was good. It was slow, like just going over syllabuses and getting to know your teachers. But I'm excited to get back into the routine of going to school.
Definitely. Now, me personally, I feel like summer was just too short this year. I don't know. Maybe it's senioritis because
Mhm.
I'm a senior now, so it's like, wait, why am I back here?
Yeah.
I kind of thought I graduated last year, but I didn't. And so I wanted to like ask you guys, are you guys feeling any of that kind of like hesitance kind of to just jump straight back in? Like, are you feeling like it's a little like you're not quite in the mindset yet for school?
Well, yeah, I also felt like summer was like, just like too fast, and like when school started, I was like, wow, that was a short summer, but I kind of feel hesitant because the most thing I'm worried about is my grades and how I will perform in this school year. So that's the most thing I'm worried about.
I'm really just excited. I like the school year. Like I like learning, and I feel like yeah, summer went by fast, but like there's a lot of stuff like during the school year too. Like
Yes.
a lot of my favorite holidays. So.
What are you guys like most excited for school? Because I know like the academics and like the classes can be boring, but there's also like, especially once you get to high school, there's like the
Mhm.
football games and the parties.
Football,
So,
football games, dances. Yeah.
yes. What are you excited for?
The most thing I'm excited for is trying out for like different teams, clubs,
Mm.
and being able to do after school activities, so I could get like more like exercise in or like after school tutoring, so I can do better with my grades.
Yes, I like that. Now, so you're going into sixth grade. So this is your first year of middle school. How would you say that transition has been from elementary school into like this new phase of school?
Well, I mean, it is really pretty different because like now we walk to our classes by ourselves, but I'm so used to like just walking in a line. And on my first day, I was like, where are my classes? I had to ask teachers for help, and I was so worried how I was going to do, especially since I'm going into a new school.
Yes.
And yeah, but once you find out where your classes are, it gets pretty easy to get around and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely know it's an adjustment period from elementary to middle school and also middle high school. So you just finished your freshman year.
Mhm.
So how would you say, like from having that experience, how would you say that adjustment was from middle to high school?
It was definitely an adjustment, like especially like because I went to such a big school, like St. Joseph is
Yes.
such a big school. Um, it was the first like week or two was like really felt overwhelmed, but you get into like the flow of things pretty quick.
Yes. Now I went to like the same middle and high school as you. So I know
Hmm.
U High is like it's like 100 people per grade,
Yeah,
maybe even like a little less per grade. Whereas like going to SJ, I think it's what like 400
400
per
people in
grade.
a grade. Yeah.
So how is that? How is that big like jump from like you basically know everybody in your grade,
Yeah.
you're with the same people like throughout the first like eight
Years.
years of your life to going and you're with an all new group of people and it's so many.
And it's all girls. Yeah, it
Yes.
was weird. Like going to U High, like knew everybody, like knew all the teachers, even teachers I didn't have,
Yes.
like everyone that worked at the front office. And it was definitely weird, like going to SJ and like having to branch out and meet new people, especially like because everyone comes from like feeder
Schools,
schools.
yeah.
So it was weird. It was hard, but I'm fine now.
Now,
Yeah.
yes. Would you say what school do you go to?
I go to Perryville Middle right now.
Okay. Is it big or small like the grades?
I would the grades. So basically, how it works, they split us up into like different teams. But I
Mm.
would say there's like a lot of people in the grade, and yeah, it's a really big school too.
Would you say
So
it's like hard navigating that or are you like chilling in it?
I'm chilling in it right now. At first, I thought it was gonna be hard, not like moving around,
Hmm.
and stuff. And then Like, but once you figure out like where your classes are and your teachers are, it gets easy, and the teachers are really pretty chill, so nothing's wrong with them. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think like both going into my middle school and high school experiences because I went to U High, which if y'all don't know is K through 12. So up until like 8th grade, I kind of thought I was going to like stay at U High for like
Right.
all through graduation. So I was just like, okay, these are going to be the people that I'm like with until graduation. I'm going to know everybody, and it didn't like work out with like that. So I moved schools to SJ, and it was like suddenly I think maybe 5 to 7 girls from U High like came to
Yeah.
SJ with
I
me.
think for me it was 4.
Yeah, and the rest was like entirely new people. And so
Mhm.
I was like, and they all kind of know each
They
other,
all knew each other.
and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is going to be like really hard for me to like
Mhm.
make friends. It wasn't once I like branched out.
Right.
But how would you guys like I know making friends is a big thing for people, especially going to new school. So how would you guys say the friendship kind of like area is going for you right now, and what's your journey with that?
Well, for me, like, I knew I was gonna be going to St. Joseph, so before I even got there, I kind of like made sure I kind of like knew some people. And U High, like, I feel like people that go to U High also hang out with people from some of the feeder schools, so like I kind of already knew like a lot of people, so it wasn't really that hard. Like, I kind of had like people like I knew I could go eat lunch with, and actually my best friend that was at U High ended up going to St. Joseph with me,
Love
so
that.
it really wasn't that bad.
So for me, the friendship situation was kind of good because I just moved into a new neighborhood from DC, and
Oh,
yeah, my neighborhood is like really close to the school. So
Mhm.
me and my friend, I made friends in in that neighborhood, and most of them, like I take the bus. Most of them are on the bus with me,
okay.
and so yeah, I made friends pretty easily on the first day. Even kids that didn't even live in my neighborhood, it was kind of easy. So yeah, I have some friends right now.
Yes, okay. I'm really glad that you guys, that's like on track for you guys and that's going well. Have you had any kind of like friendship struggles like within school in the past? And do you have like any advice for our viewers on kind of like how to handle maybe a shift in friend group dynamics, or maybe not going to the same school as the people you grew up with, or any kind of issues like that that could make it maybe harder to find like where you fit in?
Uh, so advice that I have for friendship struggles is like if y'all get in an argument or something, I assure you y'all going to end up talking the next day. Like me and my friends, I never seen one day like where we get an argument one day. We always say like what's up brother next day, and we just chill and hang out. And like if you see your friend getting picked on and stuff, you gotta stand up to them. And if you like your friend has feelings they want to talk to, or like they want to talk to you about something, that I feel like you should listen. So yeah, to make them feel like you let them know that you care about them.
Definitely.
Yeah, same. I think like you make up pretty quick. I say just like, like talk it out and, you know.
Wow. Okay. So I need to talk to you guys more on the friendship route because I don't know, my experience, at least like in middle school, was like the exact opposite of that kind
Yeah.
of like when me and my friends had fights, it was like we don't talk to each other for days afterwards. And like sometimes, I don't know, middle school girls are like something
Yeah, I
else,
know.
especially at U High. So it was kind of like a you had to really maintain a certain attitude about
Mhm.
yourself so you could like stay in the friend group, because I don't know, my friend group at least in middle school was kind of like quick to say, ooh, we don't really like
Yeah.
this
I mean, mine
person.
was like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's definitely a challenge for some people to stay in those groups.
Mhm.
Personally, my story ended up with me having to kind of like leave the friend group because it just wasn't like the right fit for me. So, did you like, if you guys had any of those issues, or maybe it didn't happen to you personally, but do you know like people who like maybe they had to like take a step back from a friend group?
I do. I do know people that have taken a step back from friend groups. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's definitely hard with also like balancing, you know, your friendships in school and the academics. Like moving into middle and high school, it gets a lot more serious than elementary school.
Mhm.
You're going to your own classes, you have different teachers for every class, and then the work is getting harder and harder. Like each week. So how would you guys say you like balance that school life and also maintaining that fun with your friends?
Well, schoolwork and maintaining my fun with friends. So like if I get like homework, right? Most like the teacher said they won't put hard homework on us, but because like there's one class, if we misbehave, she's going to give us homework. But sometimes they told us the homework's going to be easy. They're going to be like one page of work or something. So what I'll do, I'll go home, finish my homework. I'd always make sure I finish my homework because I'm trying to get good grades, and then I'll like go hang out with friends. And if I'm not hanging out with the right friend group, I've been through that in elementary school, like where I ended up doing bad things. And I live in a really really white people neighborhood, so as a black boy, my mom always keeps telling me like like be careful what you do, be careful what you say, and I've been trying to watch that and make sure I have the right friends and stuff.
I think we can both definitely relate to that. You high and SJ are
Yeah.
also very much so like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, how you've talked about your experience on that. Did you have any experience like at U High, like being one of the U High or SJ?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely was very like, especially like with teachers, like
Yes.
yeah.
How did you like deal with it?
Um, my mom dealt with a lot of it.
That's
Honestly.
real.
Yeah.
That's really real. I think almost anybody in my class could tell you what happened in 8th grade with
Yeah.
like it was a thing. Moms were like
On
very
top of
much
it,
so
yeah.
on it and on top of it. But what I wanted to talk about, like, kind of the good things about school, not only just like the friendships that you make because it's really special. You get to meet all sorts of new people. You're not
Mhm.
just stuck in like one class with the same people all day. Also, like the bonds that you make with your teachers sometimes, like when you have a really good teacher, or maybe you have like a really good coach at the sport you do. Like, can you all talk about some of the highlights that like going back to school brings for you?
Well, I'm excited. I play tennis at
Ooh.
SJ, and I'm really excited. Like that's something I really look forward to. I love my tennis team. I love my coach, so I'm really excited to get back into playing tennis.
You
at
know
SJ.
Harper?
Yes.
Tell her I said hi.
Oh my gosh, I love
I
Harper.
love her. What about you?
Well, for me, I used to play tennis
Really?
in DC.
Mhm.
It was called a WTF. It was like a program in DC. It was like tennis and learning, so they'd help with their homework or
Mhm.
something. And yeah, I had all of the coaches there. I had a special bond with them. My parents knew them, and like we just hang out with my friends I made there. They're really cool and stuff, and like we just be messing around with each other.
Mhm.
So like yeah, there wasn't really that much drama. I would say there was a little drama with some things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Do you still play tennis?
I'm probably gonna play tennis or I might be playing tackle football.
Mhm.
It depends.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I don't play any sports personally. I did like cheer in middle school, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like I wasn't very serious about it. And so I do theater a lot. I think theater, especially at SJA when I went,
Oh yeah.
it was a very they live up to the drama is what I will
Mhm.
say. It was really fun though, like being a part of the plays. I met a lot of new people. I got a lot of new experiences that I really cherish. So that was one thing that like I was excited to get back into school. I go to Baton Rouge High now and I still kind of like dabble in like the theater scene, and so it's fun seeing like the interconnectedness cuz Baton Rouge High is down the street from SJ, and a lot of the
Yeah.
Baton Rouge High people like know the SJ
Mhm.
people.
It's
So
really
I'm always
close.
kind of like over there anyway. And yeah, did you guys, I wanted to ask you guys if you had like any questions specifically about like how each other's school experience are going, or like how past experience of going, how like my experience has been going as a senior, maybe like anything you kind of want to know.
How is Baton Rouge High different from SJ?
Yeah,
What
okay.
made you switch? And
Honestly, what made me switch with SJ was had a lot to do with the teachers and the
Mhm.
administration really. I felt like it wasn't really, I don't want to say catered to me, but it was the style that the teachers were teaching in and that the
Mhm.
administrators were going about. It didn't like align with me and like who I was. So that was a predominant reason why I switched. It pretty much had really little to do with like the the students there, like the
Right.
other girls there. It was
Mhm.
mostly like the teachers and the administrators. I feel like at Baton Rouge High, the difference is more so the teachers can be a lot more, I guess, lax with you, and you
Right.
can form kind of like those closer like relationships with them. But it also could just be like my personality wasn't really in line with like, I guess, the typical SJA girl.
Mhm.
So going to Baton Rouge High, it was like, okay, these teachers, I'm probably am more in line with like the typical
Right.
Baton Rouge High girl. So these teachers like get me a little bit more. We have a little bit more in common. And so yeah, I feel like that was the predominant difference in
Mhm.
SJ versus
Yeah.
Baton Rouge High.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The one question I have is like, how are the teacher and how are the kids there?
Yes. Okay. So the teachers, honestly, I don't think I can really have anything that bad to say about the teachers at Baton Rouge High, which unfortunately I can't say about SJA. But the teachers at Baton Rouge High, I feel like they definitely work to get to know you on a personal level, like outside of just academics. They want to know what extracurriculars you're doing, if they can support you in anything, if you need extensions on anything, they'll give you that. They want to talk to you about your opinions that you have about school. If you disagree with them on something they teach, they want to have a conversation with you about that. And I think they're a lot more just like open and free than like some of my past schools were. As for the students, honestly, Baton Rouge High, whereas I feel like SJ was kind of, there was basically like two groups you could like fall into
Mhm.
basically. Baton Rouge High is basically like there's a group for like everybody. Like you know those old like 2000s movies where it's like you've got the jocks, you've got the
Yeah.
artists. Like it's
Yeah.
literally like you've got every single group at
Right.
Baton Rouge High. So it's kind of like you can find your people,
Mhm.
definitely. I feel like that is the biggest thing that I like most about Baton Rouge High. So definitely consider it. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, that was all. Just wanted to see how it was like.
How was it? I really love it at Baton Rouge High.
Yeah. What was your favorite year since you're a senior?
My favorite year since I've been a senior. Honestly, it was I okay, I split my years into like semesters basically. My second semester freshman year at SJ actually was probably up there at the top, I think.
Really?
Yes,
What was the
honestly.
second? Oh, yeah, Frosh.
Yes, you had Frosh. I don't know. The teachers were getting like chiller, like you got
Yeah.
to know them a little bit more. You got to like kind of find your friend group. And so that was really fun. Second, I'd say probably first semester my junior year. Everybody
Mhm.
says junior is like beast really hard. That's
Yeah.
true for second semester. Don't play with second semester. Second semester is whew.
Yeah.
But first semester was like no, I'm chilling.
Mhm.
So I think don't worry about it like too much if you're like stressed about it or anything. But thank you guys so much for having this
Of
conversation with me.
course.
I loved like getting to hear you guys' opinions because it always like takes me back and helps me reflect on like stuff that happened in middle school and like in my early years in high school. And I'm sure it helped like our viewers more if they wanted to know. We have some elementary school watchers if they wanted to know how the transition to middle school is. We've got a lot of middle schoolers who watch wondering how high school is going to be like and what these different types of schools are actually like. So I love that we got to have the conversation about getting back into the groove, choosing the right school, and the things we love and don't so love about school.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys for having this
Of course.
conversation
Of
with
course.
me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next week on Get Loud with Leadership. Bye.